Hello, blessings, beloveds. This is ChakraWanda, your international angelic spiritual encourager. Blessings to you. More and more, I'm choosing to be with you, choosing to express what I hear, what I write, what I feel. It's so wonderful to embrace the idea of creating your own reality. And then when you realize, you look around and you have in your circle of connection those that have that same conversation every day about setting their intention, reflecting on what is manifested from previous intentional actions, and then moving forward, how we can support each other in the visions and dreams that we are fueled by, if we so choose to be. Because we can certainly be distracted by what's happening in the third dimension here on the planet. Guess what? You weren't birthed originally from the planet. You were birthed from a higher dimension, an aspect of creator, as a co-creator, and then brought to earth. So how do we operate from that space? I know for me, it wasn't until I began to recognize divine signs around me, nudging me, whispering to come, take that road, close that door. And I smile because the more and more you practice an understanding of how the divine creator of all that there is, you being a spiritual being on this planet, is guided. You're guided through all the challenges that we've had. We're guided through, oh my God, all of the interesting connections with other human beings, close to the heart, as family, and outside of all of that, So that's what I heard. So I try to just listen and ask the question, what is it in this day for me to know? And which direction is it for me to go? Right? And so what I heard this morning is, let your vision be your mission. Let your vision be your mission. Let your vision be your mission. So here's the deal. The beings that we have been engineered to be, we have the gift of vision. We can vision intentionally, or we can vision what we are receiving that's projected from the universe, the universal energy that is creator. We can envision. We're envisioning all the time. So scenarios come up, and we're taught this. We're raised by the world and our families, not in a negative, intentional way, but this is it. So, a challenge comes, and you can immediately, because of fear, envision the worst scenario. Like, you can do it in 0.1 second. You could imagine what the worst can be. There's some area of life right now that is a challenge, whether it's money, related to being able to get a job, whether it's relationships. Oh my God. You can imagine the worst scenario about it. Okay? Well, if you imagine it, you're also seeing it play around in your physical mind. Well, that same energy can be transmuted, redirected in an intentional way. You can envision the best possibility or outcome. Hey, Sanctuary. So you're just reharnessing that same energy. The energy fueled by fear to cause you to envision a worst case scenario, or redirect that energy to imagine and envision the best possible scenario. And I dare you to consider this. I am a life visioning facilitator, and I trained with Ray Jordan, whose mentor was Dr. Michael Beckwith. He was in the Secret, and he birthed the Agape International Center in California. And so the life visioning process, birthed through Dr. Michael Beckwith, that process was channeled through him, and he used it to start his church. And it is these 5 profound questions, and after each, you literally sit in receptivity as an antenna to receive insight to those questions for your life, whether it's immediate in the process of the life visioning process, or environment, or like, for example, I would normally facilitate a small group, up to 6 people, and I'm asking the questions, and afterwards there's silence. You're in the space of being a magnet of receptivity versus trying to figure it out with your analytical mind. And then afterwards, everyone is able to share just whatever beautiful, energetic visioning, hearing, tasting, smelling that they experience after each question, or it will show up in the to come. Because if I'm doing a small group, then I'm doing it for a few weeks. There are 5 questions, so it's like a 6-week, connection every week. So the first question is, and this is the life visioning process: what is the highest possibility for my life, or for the thing that you're specifically intending? But I would suggest anyone starting that process to definitely start off with, what is the highest possibility for my life? And what you're doing is you are planting a seed into the energetic universe, right, with an expectation of an answer to come through in that same fashion. Right? You're not holding on to the idea, okay, this is what I desire, this is what I intend, okay, I can't, it's going to happen. But you're not to feel that. You're not to hold on to that. You leave it and put that seed out to the universe. So what is the highest possibility for my life? Show me the highest possibility for my life. And then the second question is, what must I release in order for the highest possibility to manifest? And then you reflect or not reflect. You get into that mode of magnetizing the answer to you. The third question is, what must I become in order for the highest possibility to manifest? Hi, Heavenly Dew, how are you? And then behind that, you're in quiet, energetic, magnetic mode. Then the next question is, let me go back up. What's the highest possibility? What must I release? What must I become? And then what must I embrace? And you're asking the question to the universe to transmit to you a clarity and an understanding for each of those questions. And the last question is there anything else? Is there anything else that I need to know or be aware of, or should, just that I should know in order for the highest possibility to manifest? Is there anything else? And so through that, the channel of visioning is fully activated, right? It's fully activated. So it's a great exercise to do. You can do that in a day. Spend maybe 30 minutes going through that. Have your journal. Write down what comes through. or just write each question on the top of 5 pages. And then as you go about your day, as you go about your life, wake up every morning, look at those questions, but pay attention to what shows up in your day. And as an angiologist, I am an angiologist. It's a lifetime study, and one of the beautiful spiritual teachings of the Kabbalah indicates that we actually have 3 guardian angels assigned to us, and it comes from a particular scripture. The premises of the Kabbalah teaching. There are 72 guardian angels that we have. Their names are the names of God. Yes. Oh gosh, where was I going at that? So where I was going is that because we have this divine energy assigned to our lives, sometimes we're not aware to activate the opportunity, give a permission for them to operate. Because, the Creator designed a team to support us. Even through our ancestors, guardians, right, that have been here before. But those guardian angels, powerful. So look, through numbers, triple numbers, repetitive numbers, information that repeats itself, nuances that show up that look like coincidences, but they're actually synchronicities designed to get your attention. Right? So through your visioning, allowing your spiritual vision to just be an open channel, not processing with the analytical mind through the physical eye, but the divine channel of vision to come forth. And so pay attention, as you move forward in those questions. You can even take a question each week, like maybe this week say, what is the highest possibility for my life? Write that down. And then go about your day and pay attention. You will see beautiful synchronicities show up, right? A breath of fresh air from, maybe you reach out to someone and they give you a breath of fresh air, right? Maybe you're driving and someone is, making a way for you to move up in the lane, or all kinds of things can show up. So just pay attention to those things. So let your vision be your mission. If you've got your mind's eye on what the mission is for the month, perhaps the year, the month, and then to the week, and then down to your day, right? And then look and watch and see how you can be guided. Oh my God, it's you create your own reality when you move in that way of living. So that's the message. Oh, I'm going to pull a message card. You guys know I love pulling a message card. And I just want to acknowledge all audiences that are hearing this. I'm broadcasting live on Hafs.tv. And then that is multi-streaming it out to my Facebook page, ChakraWanda Angelic Healer 2. Hello, everyone there. And then also my Facebook group, Release, Move, Transform. Blessings to you. It's going out to my Twitter. Trying to think of that's it. I'll be posting it on my YouTube. Here's a card, sorry. And I'm also recording with Anchor.fm. And Anchor pushes it out to 11 listening platforms. Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, Google. 11, I can't name them all. So I pulled a card and it says, Spirals of Manifestations. Spirals of Manifestation. I'm going to show the audience the card and I'll describe the card. There's a woman who's, she has her right arm up and there are spirals of colors like universal colors circling around her. And it says Spirals of Manifestation. The number on the card is 81, or is it? 18. Now, what I like to do is read this, but as I begin to read, I also begin to receive additional information, and I will share that as I read it throughout. Okay? Oh, and I brought my glasses out here on purpose, and I'm holding the other phone for the recording on Anchor. Sorry for moving around so much, you guys, on Anchor. So, spirals of manifestation, the creative, rebellious path of love moves in spirals. It is not linear. Sometimes our mind decides that the way forward is to take clear steps from one point to the next logical point. However, there's a genius within that can guide us on an alternative route. If there is an unnecessary pothole or delay in the typical linear path of progression, and the curved loop in the path will be quicker, more fun, and more beautiful, then why not allow yourself to be guided to that path? This can happen through trust and wisdom rather than rigid adherence to what on the surface appears to be logical progression. You are in the midst of a spiral of manifestation. Something is coming into being, even if you think it is further away than ever before. How amazing it will seem when what you have been dreaming of falls into place. Suddenly, what you have been thinking of creating will plunk into your reality seemingly out of nowhere. Because it is just around the bend, just out of view on the spiral manifestation, and you could not see it coming. In truth, it was coming to you all along. This oracle has a message for you. Sometimes, when we feel the furthest away from what we want, we are actually closer than ever before. Just one turn in the spiral loop of creation can see your manifestation taking root in the world. You must hold true to your faith and keep working on your progress. Forget about believing it when you see it. Any old soul or young soul can do that. You are a bigger, braver, more ancient soul. You have enough chutzpah to believe it is so that you can see it sooner, bigger, and brighter. Do not give in to those who tell you it should have happened already or that you have failed. They are just suffering from a lack of patience and understanding, as well as arrogant assumption that their notion of timing is somehow superior to the greater divine timing at play in life. Be in goodwill with yourself and the universe. All is unfolding perfectly, whether you feel it right now or not. This oracle also brings a message to you about the perfect synchronicities. Now, didn't ChakraWanda talk to you about the synchronicities? And you just saw me pull that card. I didn't pull it ahead of time. That's what I meant to say. When we live from the heart, so listen, this oracle brings a message to you about the perfect synchronicities that are taking place in your life. You may have started to notice these already. When we live from the heart, honor our creative center, and choose unlikely but lovingly rebellious ways to be in the world, we will begin to notice synchronicity every day. It is as though the universe is speaking to us intimately on all matters, which of course it is. This oracle reminds you that there is no point rushing to the bus stop. If you are way too early, you're just wasting your time. Better to live your life at a more appropriate pace and get there at the right time. You don't need the anxiety that comes with rushing towards your destiny. Try not to worry quite so much about the future. You will attract what you want and need so much more enjoyably if you relax and deal with the here and the now. Remember also that your life path is unfolding in harmony with the paths of others. You will meet with each other for the greatest benefit. When you trust in the flow of the one great creative spiral upon which this galaxy spins, everything is ultimately in harmony with everything else to fulfill the great big creative intent of the supreme creative force of love. You're included in that. And here's a healing process to close out with. Say after me, or repeat after me. Spirals of creation. Oh, Lord. Spirals of light. You being my manifestation to life. You bring my manifestation to life. I'll start over. Spirals of creation, spirals of light. You bring my manifestation to life. I trust in your wisdom and in your grace. Help me be wise and keep the faith. And you repeat that as needed. Wow, okay. So I talked about synchronicities earlier, right? And also about, getting out of that energy that creates the worst case scenario through your vision, because it has power. So you're just reharnessing the same energy towards the opposite, a highest possibility idea. Remember what I shared in the beginning. Those of you that tried the quick exercise of those 5 questions and began to journal for this next week, I would love, first of all, to know if you're going to take those steps. Send me a message, right, from whatever platform you are watching. You can also go into the profile or the bio from anywhere, and there's links there to be able to get to my website and leave a message, right? If you're on the podcast, leave a message. Let me know, you guys, how many of you are going to take those steps, and walk it out for this week, and then we'll touch base again, and we'll do it together, right? And start another week. So you all have a wonderful day. I'm so glad to be able to connect with you guys, and all the things that I do. And that's okay. I'm going to talk about that sometime too, for those of us that are multi-creative, multi-expression energies, right? And then some of you who have ideas but have not taken at least one step towards it to bring it into manifestation. We'll talk about that soon. All right, blessings to each and every one of you all. And I receive messages from the different platforms, and people who are starting to do the exercising and hooping. Those of you, one of my hoop friends on Instagram said today that their family is going to start to paint. So that's very cool. That's cool. So you all have a beautiful day, and I look forward to connecting again, most likely in the morning. Blessings.